In a world where workplace culture and inclusivity are hot topics, the conversation around diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, has taken center stage. What began as a well-intentioned in recent years, the American workplace has become a battleground for competing ideals and visions of inclusion and fairness. Once seen as a straightforward way to diversify the workforce and create more opportunities, initiatives aimed at building inclusive environments have become highly polarizing. This video will explain why this shift has occurred, exploring how political, social, and corporate forces are reshaping the landscape of workplace culture and sparking fierce debates. Push for fairness and representation has grown into a highly debated issue. DEI initiatives have stirred considerable debate, becoming a focal point of scrutiny and evolving perspectives. The initial goal of DEI was simple: to diversify hiring practices and create a more inclusive environment in workplaces. However, as more companies adopted DEI policies, they discovered that representation alone did not guarantee success or leadership progression. This realization led to broader, more comprehensive initiatives aimed at fostering a culture where everyone, regardless of background, felt valued and included. Despite these intentions, DEI has faced pushback from various quarters. Critics argue that the focus on DEI sometimes shifts attention from merit-based decisions to meeting diversity targets. This has fueled a perception that candidates are chosen based on demographic factors rather than qualifications. Examples of fellowship and internship programs designed exclusively for certain groups have been pointed to as evidence that DEI efforts can resemble quota systems, which are prohibited under US employment law. This has led to claims that such programs unfairly disadvantage other qualified candidates, sparking resentment and reinforcing stereotypes of diversity hires. This debate has extended into the realm of politics, where DEI has become a talking point that fuels divisive narratives. The topic has been used as a tool for campaign rhetoric, which often oversimplifies the nuances and portrays DEI as a partisan agenda rather than a genuine effort to build more equitable workplaces. The highly polarized nature of DEI discussions has made it easier for critics to frame these initiatives as misguided or even detrimental to workplace harmony. The corporate world has seen significant changes in how DEI is approached. Major companies, including industry leaders, have begun scaling back or adjusting their diversity policies to navigate a landscape marked by legal and social challenges. For instance, the need to avoid potential legal ramifications has pushed some companies to re-evaluate the structure of their DEI programs and to consider how to achieve inclusivity without appearing discriminatory. The Supreme Court's 2023 decision to end certain affirmative action practices in college admissions had a ripple effect on corporate strategies. While the ruling specifically targeted educational institutions, it invigorated legal activists who argued that corporate DEI policies also needed to be scrutinized. The ruling reinforced the belief that companies could face similar challenges, prompting a re-evaluation of existing programs to ensure compliance with anti-discrimination laws. This move has sparked legal actions and debates led by figures who believe that some DEI initiatives unfairly favor certain groups over others. The political climate has also played a significant role in shaping corporate strategies. DEI has been entangled in broader ideological battles, leading many companies to become more cautious. High-profile figures and activists have used DEI as a symbol of corporate overreach or political correctness, arguing that it distracts businesses from their core mission. Some firms have opted to reframe their DEI efforts using terms like belonging and allyship, or focusing on culture to avoid overtly politicizing their initiatives. Amid the challenges and criticisms, advocates of DEI emphasize its importance for creating a fairer, more inclusive workplace. One of the strongest arguments for DEI is the business case for diversity. Studies have shown that diverse teams can bring different perspectives that enhance decision-making, reduce groupthink, and foster innovation. For example, inclusive hiring practices can help companies tap into broader markets and connect with diverse customer bases. A leader at a major corporation once noted how local hiring initiatives not only empowered the community, but also helped the company gain a competitive edge in new markets. However, the sustainability of DEI's business benefits has been called into question. While initial studies indicated a positive correlation between diverse leadership and financial performance, more recent analyses suggest that these benefits may not be as straightforward or long-lasting as previously believed. This has led some executives to recalibrate their DEI strategies, embedding them more subtly within talent development and culture-building practices rather than spotlighting them as standalone initiatives. Public perception of DEI also shows a split. Surveys indicate that a significant portion of the workforce supports the idea of DEI, viewing it as a positive contribution to workplace culture. However, a growing number of people feel that DEI initiatives, particularly when perceived as politically motivated, can foster division instead of unity. This sentiment has strengthened the arguments of those who believe that DEI needs to be redefined in a way that promotes inclusivity without targeting specific groups. The future of DEI is uncertain, as external factors continue to complicate its path. Global and national events have further polarized opinions, influencing public perception and corporate actions. Critics argue that DEI initiatives have sometimes been used to promote broader political ideologies, detracting from their original purpose of fostering true inclusion. This has led to some companies modifying or even scaling back their programs to appear more neutral while still trying to uphold inclusive values. Despite these challenges, many proponents maintain that DEI remains essential for addressing long-standing disparities in leadership opportunities, pay, and representation. They argue that targeted efforts are necessary to level the playing field and ensure that all individuals, regardless of their background, have access to the same opportunities. On the other hand, opponents acknowledge the value of a diverse workforce but question the methods used to achieve it. They believe that focusing on specific groups can lead to tokenism and unintended stigmas, further complicating workplace dynamics.